Hello and welcome, family, to another episode of Wake Up Africa. My name is Dr. Mumbi. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray that you are well in all your ways, and that you're moving into living life a truly family in your own story. This is the first time in a very long time that we are back in a favorable atmosphere that allows us to create heaven on earth for ourselves, to create and manifest our greatest dreams and aspirations. And that means really calling back your energy, pulling back your energy from every direction, pulling in your attention, and having total and complete focus on healing, restoration, and building anew. It's all about fixing what's in here, which is why they just try and keep us distracted, with all kinds of chatter, just to block the restoration and the resurrection, which is a mental resurrection. Stories for other days. Family, there's something going on. We don't look at the news based on this happened and that happened, because we're building a new narrative. That old narrative is dying, and there's so much evidence of that. But I wanted to bring your attention to this because there's something going on. A couple of days ago, I don't know if you guys saw this article, but the Pope Francis actually had to use a wheelchair to move around, and he used it in public on Thursday for the first time since what they say is a flare up in his knee that has limited his ability to walk, blah blah blah. So they explained how he had to actually cancel certain events, etc., etc. That's scenario one. All within the same month, it's been announced, I think just a day or two ago, that the Queen, Elizabeth, will not be attending the royal garden parties, which are a massive ritual, annual royal event calendar, whatever. But she won't be attending any of them, this year. Now, I know a lot of you make a lot of allegations in the comments about whether she's here or not. But, when I was looking into this, it's like the mainstream media is now kind of priming the people for the next rulership. So, there's so much that could be said about that, family. Let me just put that. That's a second scenario that's happening that they've had to release to the public because it will be such a blatant, the fact that she's not there, which means she can't appear there herself. She can't appear as a clone. You know what I mean? Anyway, those are stories for the day. So, they say the Queen to miss the Royal Garden Party season in her Platinum Jubilee year. Such an important year for her, and will be represented by other members of the royal family. It says Buckingham Palace. A Buckingham spokesman said details on attendance would be confirmed in due course. And it's not just about her making this announcement, but it's about how spiritually they've come under so much attack in the Caribbean, which shows that spell, that mental hold is breaking, whatever power she was used as a personification of. You see, because if you look at Indian religion's family, there's a reason why they'll have certain people and they'll say this is the goddess Lakshmi reincarnated, and they'll worship her, etc., etc. It's because, this is the license to move here. And then if you become a conduit for a god, for a goddess, for a messiah, and you allow that spirit to move in you for a Queen of Sheba vibe, for an absolutely who else could I Shaka Zulu vibe. If you allow that spirit to become you, there's a lot that can happen, because this is what gives you the license, but you're not limited to what you can do through this body. So that's the second thing, family, where the Queen has had to announce this. And then, have you noticed, I don't know if you watch YouTube and you watch kind of some of the mainstream media like Sky Australia, Fox News, etc., etc. There's a massive campaign or expose going on that is constantly highlighting the declining mental health of the president. I mean, it's nothing that can be denied. Of course, the CNNs of this world are kind of trying to ignore it, but it's becoming more blatantly obvious. I feel on one side, it's like a humiliation ritual. Can you hear that crow? Anyway, on one side, it's like a humiliation ritual for him. Maybe I'll do a separate show on that. But it's like his mental health is declining. What's happening, family? We've never seen so many leaders of the Western world, whatever, having these kind of situations where, their system seems to be crashing. So what's really going on? Family. For me, when I was meditating about this, I saw it as a twofold situation. On the one hand, it's like their reincarnation cycle has been blocked. So where they could move into another body or move their consciousness to another body, we have reached a certain level on Mama Earth that no longer allows them to move like that spiritually, where they can move there, because that's what used to happen before. They would be able to, that's what cloning is, where you move your consciousness from one being to another, but one is synthetic and one is supposed to be God-given, or in some cases alien given. Stories for other days, for real. But it's like whatever they were able to do in terms of moving their consciousness from one being to another is not possible, which is why we're seeing Lizzie unable to attend garden events, because that transference of consciousness, and only a few people are going to get this. If this sounds too out there for you, then you ain't ready, and just find a channel that is more on your level, more at your speed, family. So it's like there's a doorway that's been closed, and the reason I share this is because it's another sign of Babylon's collapse. So they can't transfer they've lost that rulership and manipulation. It's only the residue that we see around us. And they're trying to veil and cloak their fall. The second thing, family, is that whatever they were using for their regeneration, which kept them young, which kept them, be able to do all kinds of things, they're no longer able to get access to that. Whether it's the whatever it may be, family, it's like they're not able to access that regenerative thing, which is why we would see the Vatican, for example, have to go to the levels of even releasing what is almost like a PR spiel about how he's 85 and he's got this knee problem, and how the knee is doing this and is doing that. Do you notice the crow? I've never had a crow on my show. This is crazy, family. Such confirmation, man. Because, crows are associated to the dark arts. So whatever, so it's like Satan's powers have been blocked off. Whatever these guys were using has been blocked off, which is why now they're resorting to trying to force open certain portals so they can get out of here. Because the game is over, family. Like they're no longer able to regenerate. And that's why we're seeing the disintegration of someone like Sleepy Joe, who was before had access to the regeneration means. If you know it, do your research, family. Do your research into the Gilanes of this world. Understand, overstand, and understand what's been going on with the whole global human trafficking agenda. All the information is out there, but maybe just for a season. So make sure you get to it. Family, the rabbit hole runs so deep. But for me, what I see is that the spiritual shift, and this is what I'm sharing with you, the spiritual shift is here, family. Their portals, their powers, what they use, their manipulation systems, what they use to perpetually remain in power, remain alive, is disintegrating. And I was told, when you don't get that certain regenerative serum, you start to literally go mad. Interpret that as you will. So, family, this should be a sign that the new is coming in. No matter how much Babylon tries to make us think that everything is as it used to be, or that they are still in full and total control, that's not the way things are. Things are changing at a rapid pace, family. And they're not able to do what they used to be able to do before. So, this should give us courage to make moves that we would never have made before, because the force, for the first time in a very long time, is with us. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I can't wait to hear from you guys, family. Until next time, tuko pamoja.